Amad Diallo conjured up a late leveler as a spirited Manchester United side held Liverpool to a 2-2 draw at Anfield in Sunday's Premier League main event. Defying the pre-game forecast, Ruben Amorim's Red Devils, reinforced by the recalls of captain Bruno Fernandes and the impressive midfield pairing of Kobbie Mainoo and Manuel Ugarte, kept their hosts at arm's length in the first 45. Man United even made some inroads of their own in front of the Kop, but both they and Arne Slot's side were bereft of a clinical final touch, as Rasmus Højlund and Alexis Mac Allister both spurned promising chances inside the box. However, an unlikely source in Lisandro Martinez did not let such an opportunity pass him by crashing home a ferocious opener early in the second half, but the Argentine had just poked the Liverpool bear as Cody Gakpo and Mohamed Salah turned the tide for the league leaders. There would be one final twist to the Merseyside tale, though, as big game player Diallo stole a point for the visitors with 10 minutes of normal time remaining, nothing less than they deserved in atrocious conditions. Liverpool's point at least re-increases their lead over Arsenal at the top of the rankings to 6th with a game in hand, while Amorim's men climb up one place to 13th and are 5 points off the top half. As far as Man United performances under Amorim go, this was one of their best by far. As far as Liverpool performances under Slot go, this was undoubtedly one of their worst. Few expected the Red Devils to put up any sort of fight whatsoever following their pitiful performances against Newcastle United, Bournemouth and Wolverhampton Wanderers, but Amorim's men well and truly turned up the heat at the home of their northern nemesis. The Portuguese's much-changed midfield put in a brilliant shift, and it could have become all the more sweeter for the visitors right at the death, as the final attack of the game ended with Harry Maguire blazing over from 8 yards with most of the goal at his mercy. A point gained for Man United translates to 2 losses for the league leaders, who, barring that brief resurgence in the second half, were a shadow of their usual selves. Their defensive line was exposed and their attacking play was blunt far too often. One of the biggest pre-game subplots was Real Madrid firming up their interest in Trent Alexander-Arnold, who responded with one of his poorest performances of the season so far. His defending has come on leaps and bounds this season, but he was constantly out of position today as Man United focused their attacks down his flank. Liverpool's lead at the top remains insurmountable, but this was an unusually disjointed Reds display that may just have their rivals believing again. Slot's script is in the shredder. Man United's performance has merited a goal all day, and an unlikely source absolutely blasts the opening goal past a helpless Alisson Becker. It all comes from Trent Alexander-Arnold's pass being cut out by Martinez, who links up with Fernandes on the right and cleverly gets in behind both Alexander-Arnold and Ryan Gravenberch. The Argentine bears down on goal and rifles and a thunderous strike in off the bar from a tight angle to trigger Mancunian mayhem in the away end. Write the leaders off at your peril. Ugarte can only half clear to Gravenberch, who quickly lays the ball off to Mac Allister, and the Argentine slips in an inch-perfect through ball to Gakpo down the left-hand side of the box. The Dutchman cuts inside, sending compatriot Matthijs de Ligt for a hot dog before finding the far top corner with an emphatic strike. Man United won offside, but one VR check later, they do not have it. Salah from the penalty spot. Only one result, and Liverpool's comeback is complete. The Reds are up in arms after De Ligt's arm is up and blocks Mac Allister's header. Referee Michael Oliver initially waves away the appeals, but following a check of the pitch side monitor, the hosts have their penalty. Onana guesses correctly down to his bottom right, but Salah's powerful effort seeps through his gloves, and the Egyptian soaks it all in front of the Kop after scoring his 175th Premier League goal, the same number that Thierry Henry managed. The first half may not have lived up to the billing, but the second 45 was never going to be as forgettable, was it? Man United find themselves on level terms out of nowhere, as Alejandro Garnacho's low cross evades Alexander-Arnold and Virgil van Dijk, allowing Diallo to arrive on the scene and sweep a low finish past Alisson and the desperate lunge of Andy Robertson. A word for the effervescent Mac Allister and Fernandes in the middle of the park, but the man who scored Man United's first league goal at Anfield since 2018 takes our man of the match accolade. Any center forward would have been proud to produce the arrowed finish that Martinez did, and the Argentine also put in 4 clearances, 3 tackles, including 1 last-man tackle and 3 interceptions. Much improved. Liverpool and Man United put their Premier League campaigns on pause after Sunday's game, as the Reds faced Tottenham Hotspur in the first leg of their EFL Cup semi-final on Wednesday before hosting Accrington Stanley in their FA Cup third-round tie next Saturday. Meanwhile, Man United prepare for the pick of the FA Cup fixtures next Sunday, traveling to the Emirates to take on 14-time winners Arsenal in 7 days' time.